Elton, you dirty, dirty dog, you. Let's get into it right after this.
Hard play, hard grind, hard say, hard no, we stay out, make your way out. But I just can't stop, won't stop hustling. But I just
So, Snowfall, season 4, episode 7, Through a Glass Darkly. This episode was kind of all over the place. It seemed like it was more of a filler episode, but it had a lot of key moments in here. So let's get it started. Uh, Starts off with Franklin and Louis. They talking about the issues. Franklin think everything is back to normal since Fatback took the fall. He's smiling, teasing. Yeah, let's get back to the money. Doing his best Stringer Bell impersonation. Jerome obviously has some complaints, or he has some worries, but he doesn't express them. Franklin wants to get Leon back in the projects, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why do you want him back out there? He's obviously a target. Why would you even want him out there? But hey, Franklin just trying to get back to business as usual. But all this could have been avoided if he would have just left the shit alone between Manboy and Scully in the first place. I don't know. Maybe just bad storytelling. Just I don't know. Um, it's Elton's birthday. That's Franklin's dad. This episode seemed to center more on Elton and the decisions that he made. So everybody's at his house, and it's good to see Jerome and Louie and Sissy, Elton all communicating again. I love when these four combine. It's hilarious. They're talking about will my mom like you, or my mom would have said this to you. And, I remember Louis said, "I wonder what your mom would have said about me." He's like, "Yeah, she would have said some shit about you." And Louis' face was like, "That's fucked up." But then we switch to Reed Thompson. He's on a private jet. He's going somewhere. We find out that he is headed with Avi to find out who actually stole his money. 15 million got stolen. That was the purchase for the guns. He's trying to get down to the bottom of it. The accountant is not telling him anything. So he's wondering. Reed is on a power trip right now. I don't know what's going on with our boy Reed. But he's definitely on some. I like it. He on some gangster shit though. I fucks with it. Like, cause he been the pushover like the last three seasons. So it's good to see he on some gangster shit now. Um, Elton and Wanda meet up, and not meet up, but she's staying at the shelter, and it's good to see a clean Wanda. Like I said before in the last review, good to see her trying to get her shit together. But Elton comes in there, and he sees the baby on the floor, and he's looking for John Baxter. That's the baby's father. They run outside, and he died from a apparent heart attack, and it's heartbreaking. And I know why this moment happened. It was to kind of give a realization and to give some reassurance to Elton that he should go and talk to the reporter because he see firsthand what crack is doing to the community, and that gotta be difficult. That gotta be a difficult crossroads to see the effects of something that you know your son is responsible firsthand for dealing. That gotta be conflicting as hell, man. But he goes home, talk to Sissy about it. She's comforting him, and he's. At first I thought they were going to try to adopt the kids. You know what I mean? I'm like, maybe that'd be a new dynamic to the show. They wind up trying to adopt these kids. That's not the case. He just trying to just pretty much need reinsurance that he could try to get them out of the game, and that's by talking to that reporter, which I disagree with wholeheartedly. Uh, Franklin and Peaches are being followed. They pull over, and the people that follow them drive away. I'm pretty sure that had to be Manboy's people because Manboy is trying to figure out who the connect is. So that's the only sense that will make. And Scully ain't as Scully's not as subtle as Manboy is. You know, Manboy is a little more strategic. Scully is kind of just like, hey, you see him, shoot him. Um, some chicks bring Man Boy. The one girl is Black Diamond, and I forget the other girl name. I didn't catch it. But they bring Man Boy somebody. I supposedly Leon. He's in the trunk. So I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like, what happened? I knew that wasn't Leon, but I'm like, yo, what's going on? So they open the trunk and some little dude that looked like Leon. They got the afro and the dickies. Man, boy, like, yo, if you don't get the fuck out of here, they're like, yo, can we get her 5,000? And they keep lowering the number. He pulled a gun out on them. Like, get the fuck out of here. So Leon, now I'm back to the real Leon. He's in the projects again, and I guess Fatback's cousin. This is a new character they're introducing. I didn't catch his name. He is trying to. He has a beef with Leon because obviously his cousin Fatback got killed, and I guess Fatback used to take care of all of them. So Leon's trying to figure like, yo, I just want to get the business, dude. Like, yo, I want to fight you. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, it ain't no business, man. That's not how we rock. So he goes to Jerome for help because Jerome's older. Leon ain't too subtle. And I'm surprised Leon didn't just clap him, but I think dude got too many soldiers. Leon would have been on his own. Uh Cut to Khadijah and man boy, they're talking, they get into it. Heated debate. She's mad that he didn't pay the two girls for their trouble and their time. He like, yo, that wasn't Leon. What the fuck I'm paying them for? She like, you could have still took care of them, and they doing more than what you doing. Blase blah. Like, I love Khadijah, man. I'm sorry. Like, Khadijah is my favorite character, man. Besides the fact that she's nice on the eyes, she's gangster, man. She is gangster. She is about that shit. And she 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 hit a chord with Man Boy because she said something to him. He threw something against the wall. He was upset, man. And hey, you can't fault her, man. That's her daughter, man. She done did more than Scully and Manboy have done combined by herself, man. She gangster. Elton's at a bar, and I thought he was about to ask for a drink. I was like, oh no, he about to relapse. He about to relapse, and he asked for a club soda. I was like, okay. But then you see him meet with that little reporter. I cannot stand her, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just cannot stand her character. Like, she is just a little slimy, little creepy. And she knows the consequences that could come with this, and the fact that she just disregards her own life and the safety of others for a story that could potentially harm her and everybody else is, I don't know. I guess you could look at it as it's commendable, but at the same time it's dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, all this for what? You know, a Pulitzer Prize or something? I don't know. But Wanda tries to warn Leon about the reporter. Leon finally runs into Wanda and she's clean and she's asking for money, doing her same one too, trying to get a job. And Leon's like, man, last time I gave you a job, you became a cold stone crackhead. Hell no. As she's talking to him, she's trying to tell him about the reporter. And Leon's like, yo, get the fuck out of here because man back or fatback's people was coming up at the time because they seen Jerome was out there cooking. And I was crazy because I never seen Jerome just chilling in the projects like that. So he out there cooking burgers with beer, old school West Coast shit. Dude come up. They wind up politicking, and Jerome smoothed it over. You know what I mean? He even got some soldiers. He told her he's gonna pay him, take care of him. And that's what the older That's what Jerome do, man. I fucks with Romy Rome. So this is when Reed gets into it with the accountant, like I spoke on earlier. He wasn't having it. So he winds up going into somebody's hotel room, or yeah, I don't know if this guy's apartment, hotel room. This is the guy he is assuming took his money. Uh, he drugs this guy, take him, torture him, waterboard him. The guy like, yo, I don't got your bread. He's doing everything in a book. Police wind up coming. He winds up leaving, and then they walk in with the accountant and Javi. So Javi got something to do with this, obviously, which we all knew. They probably took the money to flip it, and then wind up paying it back or something. There's something going on. We gonna figure it out. So in the projects, back to the projects with Leon and Jerome. Crackhead walk up with a pistol. She's about to shoot Leon. She says 5,000 on your head. I need that, dead or alive. Um, Luckily, the nerdy goon that Fatback's cousin uh lended to Leon and Jerome comes up behind him, put the gun to him. So he gonna be dangerous because he's smart and he fucking about that shit. It seems like so. She wound up Leon wind up taking her gun. He give her some bread, and Jerome like, nah, hold that, hold up, like hold up. We need some more information. So come to find out that it's a bounty on anybody that's associated with Leon's head. So Louis, Franklin, Jerome, everybody you could think of, they got a bounty out on their head. So as they're talking about that, Sissy winds up walking in the office and tells Franklin, I need to talk to you. She got this looking worry on her face that only a mom could do to make you feel like, oh man, what's going on? Um, and let's talk about Reed. Reed getting crazy. He really getting ruthless out here, man. Like I ain't know Reed had it in him. I really didn't, man. He bought that shit though. I like it. I like this new Reed. Um, well, the reporter's husband tries to talk her out of doing this because he's a black man and he's logical, like all black men are. She ain't going for it though. She is not going for it. She like, yo, you not happy for me? He like, man, I'm happy for you, but you got to think about us, me and your daughter. And she like, well, my daughter is away. She don't realize what she getting into. That's that's typical bullheaded female bullshit. No, I'm just playing. But let me see what else we get. So Franklin and them. Let's go back to the house with Franklin. Franklin and them wind up getting in the situation where Alton winds up spilling the beans to Sissy and Franklin, obviously, and telling them what happened. And I haven't seen Franklin get like this. He turned into savage Franklin. Like he was really, really on one. I mean, when he told him, he was like, "Yo, you not my dad no more." He started calling him by his real name. He wasn't calling him pops, and then they start calling him Elton. You ain't my pops no more. Elton was still trying to smooth it. Franklin called back and snuffed him. Bow! I was like, I was not expecting that. I swear, I didn't think he would do that to his pops, man. But he was like, "Yo, what's wrong with you? Like, why would you do this?" And Elton really didn't have a logical. He had a logical explanation that he thought was logical. I could kind of see it because he's seeing the destruction of what crack is doing to the community, and Franklin is the one supplying it. So obviously, he thought he was doing some good, but you got to think about the whole picture, man. It don't work just like that, And you take down the CIA, shit falls downhill. They come down, you coming down too. Um, so he didn't think about that. He like, yo, we could go like Asada Shakur and go to Cuba, get political asylum. Like, what, dude? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking? Like, he crazy. Franklin, like, man, I live here. I'm not leaving my fucking home. Like, what are you talking about right now? So that was an intense scene, man. That was really an intense scene. I was really like, yo, this dude really just hit his dad. And that's where the title from the show came in because Elton started reciting it. He said, well, you know what he said. But Franklin was like, yo, I'm not trying to hear that poetry shit, man. Like, fuck out of here. Yo, Franklin was really on one, man. Uh so systematic points by the government. Yo, he was saying some real shit though, man. Elton during the whole spill, he was saying how it was systematic poison by the government, and he was breaking down how they had slavery, Willie Lynch, all these things that oppressed and kept black people down, man. Elton is a deep dude, man. He really is. He just made a dumbass decision right there because I don't see how you just can't go against the CIA when they funding you and you working for I don't know. But cut to Sissy winds up grabbing Elton, cutting Franklin winds up going to his chick's house. She's trying to console him and comfort him. He's crying, break it down. The reporter, you see the story starting to run with the reporter. Franklin's trying to get a hold of he's trying to get a hold of Reed, but Reed isn't answering the phone because obviously he's torturing somebody. And Gustavo answers. And something came through the fax machine when Gustavo was in Reed's. Oh, what was that? It just had like his name and his. What was that? I don't know what that was. I don't know if that had something to do with the report. If you know, let me know. Um, but all in all, like I said, this was a decent episode. It was a filler episode. I feel like setting up for obviously the next episodes. But let me know what you guys thought about it. Post your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if there's anything I left out, let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's have a grown discussion in the comments. What do you think's about to happen next? You think this story is gonna run? You think the reporter's gonna get killed? You think CIA gonna come in the soup today? Let's go. Black Abstract, and as always, peace, love, and prosperity. Until next time, one.